Hello, my homies. One smart cat doing something special today. Depending on where you're seeing this video, if it is on my channel or one of Izul's channels, you may or may not know who I am. I am One Smart Cat. I do content for a bunch of different games, including the very awesome game Puppet Master. And this video is something that Izul hit me up with. If you don't know who he is, if you're seeing this on my channel, he is also a fellow creator who does Puppet Master stuff. He streams a lot of Puppet Master. He's a very, very good human and a very, very good puppet, both. And he does a lot of streaming and he does a lot of VODs that he puts on YouTube. He hit me up with a massive amount of content. It's like 4 hours plus of content that he handed over to me, that he and one of the devs, one of the developers of Puppet Master the game, had a very good session playing October Games' other game, Horror Legends. And as they were playing Horror Legends, they had basically like a soft Q&A that they did over the course of playing for like 4 fucking hours, over 4 fucking hours. Basically what I did is I cut all that down into something a bit more concise, that you're able to get some information on the upcoming patch that will hopefully be soon. It is a little bit still TBA, nothing is set in stone, but the upcoming patch is supposed to be something relatively big. It's going to bring in a lot of new stuff. I'm not going to say any of it right now because I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the video. So it's bringing in a lot of really cool stuff. And what you're going to see once we switch over and we start going into the gameplay is going to be them playing Horror Legends and talking about all the new stuff coming up. So it's going to be really cool. Also, periodically, you'll see my little cat figure pop into the screen, which is just going to be providing some context if need be, or any like little tiny insights that I needed to throw in there. A couple of things just to point out. I will have audio track playing underneath just so that we have some ambient sound. It is not relevant to Puppet Master the game or Horror Legends. It's just an audio track that I like to use. It is royalty-free music that League of Legends provides openly, and I thoroughly enjoy the tracks that they put out. So that will be underneath all of the audio. The other thing to point out, at the very beginning of the gameplay in the Q&A, Izul's stuff isn't capturing the gameplay correctly. So I took the opportunity to put up basically the only media that I have recorded right now, which is some of my Diablo 4 open beta that I'm going to be putting out a video on shortly. So, you know, for the beginning of it, you're just going to be seeing, you'll see some of my Diablo gameplay, because honestly, that's the only media I had available to me. So you'll get to see a little bit of that. Hey, a little bit of free advertising for myself. All that being said, I hope you enjoy, you know, this really well done soft Q&A with Izul and one of the devs from Puppet Master the game. Enjoy.
There we go. There we go. Say hello to the handful of people that are here.
Hello, handful of people.
Handfuls. You start with handfuls, right?
Yep, believe me, I know that.
Okay, joining your lobby. So how have things been going? How have things been going?
Oh, fine. Finished from freelance work today, and
Nice.
now I'm ready to chill.
There you go.
Work on some October game stuff tomorrow.
Ooh, I'm excited. Anytime y'all are working on stuff, I am pumped. Because I know, like, it's going to be cool. I'm already stoked.
Yeah, cool. I can't wait to announce, finally announce it. Announce the
Right
update.
on.
I mean, I guess it has been announced, but you don't know the details.
Yeah, we don't really know, like, the exact when. We don't know everything that's in it. You know, I've been given little bits and pieces of what I know is confirmed, but, you know, I do what I can.
The biggest part of the update is the perks. Definitely getting
Right.
those in there for human and puppets. And then the humans are getting a bunch of skins. And there's going to be fixes, like, big problem, that you guys have all been telling me about. Hopefully we get a bunch of those fixed. We're still fixing it. That's the time-consuming part. That
Right.
and balancing the perks.
Right.
Lots of internal testing on those perks, making sure it's ready for you guys.
Yeah, because that makes the difference. Everybody wants to have a good time, and it takes taking the time to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's tricky. It's gonna make it a lot harder to continue balancing the game, but that's why we didn't release the perks right away.
Yeah.
We wanted to get a foundational feedback, because we'd be like, "Oh, Pinhead does too much damage." Like, what are you talking about? What perks are you using? It's just gonna be too. It was too much to sift through. So it's good that we started simple. We have some really, great testers on our, that are helping us out, but they do it in their spare time, just like we work on it in spare time.
Right.
And, they're not full time or anything like that. So
Exactly. You guys still have to put food on the table and such, right?
oh yeah,
I mean,
that's why I like working in freelance work to pay the bills, because I does not pay the bills, but it's all for the love of the game. Hopefully it does pay the bills. That's the goal, but
yeah,
you never know when that's going to happen.
Exactly. But I mean, for the time you guys get to work on it and the time you spend putting into it, you've definitely got something that's worth looking at, I think.
Oh, good.
No, I've had
so far so good though.
Yeah, I've had loads of fun with it, and go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm worried that it's taking us too long to get this update out, because people are going like, oh, players are not here right now. There's no one playing Puppet Master right now. It's like, no, there are people playing, but it's not as active as it was on launch day, and you just gotta be kind of aware of when to play and whatnot. And of course, everyone's probably unlocked everything, and
yeah, you have some people who are in it just to okay, I got everything done. I got all the achievements. Well, I'm done, Chuck. That's kind of disheartening whenever you're like, I put so much time into this and they've done it in weeks. But it's a catch-22. Those of us that really enjoy the gameplay and actually have fun with it are digging into it, having a blast, playing the dog shit out of it.
Yeah, we got. Hopefully, we you guys will give you a lot to spend your XP on.
Right on.
Each human's getting 4 skins.
What? I am actually super excited about that as a human player. So 4 skins per current existing human?
Yeah, there's no new humans coming.
Okay.
There will be eventually, but not for this update.
Right.
Our biggest focus right now is getting those perks in, and I'm making a bunch of skins, so it's hard for me to make new characters. So it's I gotta focus on one thing at a time.
Exactly. Because then once you make a new character, well, not only does character need balancing and everything else, it needs animations. Then you're going to want cosmetics for that so it can keep up with the other humans in the group. So I see where you're coming from. It's just as much work as it was for the other ones, except all at one time.
Yeah, humans are also harder to make because they have to look. You can't. A puppet can look a little stiff and still work, but a human has to, look a little more lifelike and spend more time modeling because of the human face, and the face needs animation. Painting the face is tricky. But yeah, we got some new humans planned, of course, that are coming, and hopefully, we get those out soon.
Can I hold my breath for old lady with shotgun, Martha?
I'm a big fan of Puppet Master 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit!
I love Puppet Master 2, and that's one of my favorite scenes in all of Puppet Master is that redneck lady fighting the puppets in the cabin. That's why that cabin makes an appearance in both the prototype of Puppet Master and in Horror Legends.
Oh, that's awesome!
In Horror Legends, because I used the same model.
Right.
it's in the cabin map. It's the smaller cabin. That's the same cabin from the Puppet Master prototype.
Oh, that's super cool. So you're talking about like
Leech Woman's like burnt corpse in the fire pit.
What?
Yeah, it's a little. It's very subtle, and it's like it couldn't. I mean, it's quotation fingers Leech Woman.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's
Edith's model's close. You know, because I said Edith kind of favors Leech Woman whenever I first played this. I'm really interested in the perk system. Like, how much do you feel comfortable talking about the perk system? Like, are we looking at like more health? Are we looking at like playstyle changing perks to go along with other things?
They're little buffs to the character when you get to equip 3 of them.
Oh,
you can mix and match them however you want. We're currently investigating what's broken and what's not. You know, we want it to be fun. It's kind of hard to talk about it because things could be removed before release. We're looking at at very least a week until we release this update because we want to take our time. You know,
right.
I know the game first came out, it was like a patch every other day.
Yeah.
This one, you know, it's like those little updates slow the development of the perk system down. So we just gotta we're just taking a moment and doing some deep development. Perks will be a huge change to the game's meta. You know, like you could potentially make a blade that doesn't take 2 hits to kill with a melee
That's
weapon,
scary.
You know? So that could be really big. But you gotta remember the human's gonna be able to do that to themselves too. So we're kind of like trying to make it fair that way, where it's like we have a good foundation for balance.
Yeah.
And so these minor tweaks, you know, we got to make sure that they're healthy for the game. And
right.
So it's hard. Yeah. As far as like really like crazy perks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's hard to talk about those right now because we're still kind of like investigating those. I don't want to.
That's fair. Don't commit to nothing that you might end up having to kill in the end, right?
Yeah, I tend not to like to go back on my word. So, and I talk a lot, so.
Well, I mean, I appreciate
I'll work my ass off to make it happen.
Yeah, and I appreciate the transparency. Magic Man had a couple questions. He wanted to know if you were planning on adding more executions per character, which
God.
It's terrifying. And
it's so hard to make those. And
yeah.
Again, like we have an intern working with us, but like I'm really the only artist, and our intern does some prop modeling. But like the animation is all done by me. And one of those executions is like I got to like make focus my whole week around making this execution animation. It's just like constant. It's a real. Like every puppet I add is an execution. So
right
that way, if we're adding totems, and that's a faction, that's not just one character. That's like at least it's more than 4, 5. It's around 4 or 5 executions, depending on how many characters are in the faction. Not to give too much information, but like it's like 5 weeks of work, you know.
Yeah.
So
because it's not exactly
not mention the modeling and you know, so. Is potentially we could do that. We could do. I need like an animation person on my hire animator, so they can animate that while I model a character. And that's the only way we're able to do that currently. So it's just like this big bottleneck of development goes through me, and it's like it's hard to output that much.
It's hard to make everything happen whenever you're only one person.
Yeah, we want another map to come out soon, and I have to model the map, you know, and new characters, animations, executions, skins for those new characters.
Yeah.
Optimization, lighting. You know, I want to improve the ADX lighting a bit. I haven't gotten around to it.
But I like the glowy rooms.
Yeah, those drive me nuts.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
And something to add to that, like it's not exactly like, oh, you know, an animation's gonna take you, I'll work on it for 4 hours tonight, and boom, there's an execution. Like you
It's
guys
not 4
actually
hours,
do.
that's for sure.
Yeah, you
it's
guys
like
actually
two,
spend the
two
time.
character rigs have to sync up, and I have 2 instances of Maya open. I'm animating one character on one and the other on the other, and they're like referencing each other, and I have to update it. And if I want to like change the timing, I have to move keyframes in both scenes, and it's like this huge production to make one of those things. So I would love to do that. I would love more executions. I mean, I would love Blade to have all the kills from all the movies in it. So, but maybe if someday, if things get really going,
Yeah,
we can go.
if you get the
Blade's
support.
got 2 executions now.
Yeah, I mean, those things take time, and you got to get the support to be able to make stuff happen. I get that entirely.
Play cabin, so you investigate the.
Yeah, let's go.
It's not the perfect representation of that cabin because I made it like 8 years ago.
Exactly.
The cabin should be bigger.
So does Corey tell them where they are?
No. Oh, well, there's other Corey dolls on the map. All of them are alive.
Right.
Corey is multiple dolls.
Actually, as far as like the world building for this, you talk about you want to write it. Is the ultimate goal like in your head you'd want to do like a graphic novel of it, or you just want to type it up as like a novel? Well,
there is one comic book already made.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the game. You can unlock it. But no, the original idea, the ultimate idea was to make an asymmetrical horror game. And then as I was making these characters, I'm like, well, what's the story? And then I just started coming up with a story.
Inspiration comes from everywhere, man. That's really cool.
Thanks. No, yeah, but definitely came up with like a universe. Like the biggest inspiration, I've talked about this on a few podcasts in the past, but the biggest like inspiration, what really got me excited about Horror Legends was seeing the movie Freddy vs. Jason, and the idea of like, oh, Freddy and Jason are in the same universe. It's really cool. Like I wanted to make a universe of monsters, and then like, how does that work?
Yeah, how can you make all of them connect and stuff like that?
Horror fans were doing that with all the big horror franchises anyway. Like, Jason Goes to Hell, you can see the Necronomicon and Freddy's Glove. Evil Dead has Freddy's Glove in it as well.
And just the fact that like Freddy versus Jason was a crossover that even happened. And then you can take that
movie,
to.
And I was just like, holy shit! Like that's so cool that like, I was like a teenager. I was like 13 when I saw that movie, so I was like, oh, cool. Like, what is like? They don't really take it lore seriously, but in my head, I was like, oh, that's just like how it is. Like, of course, Freddy and Jason exist in the same universe. Like, all these characters do, like the Marvel characters or something.
And you're like, oh my god! So when is he gonna fight Michael? When is he gonna fight? Yeah, exactly. You're at bated breath for all the next crossovers. But unfortunately, those don't always come to fruition. But it was, another really good crossover that happened? Alien versus Predator. I never thought I was going to see that as a movie.
I'm big AVP fan. Not the movie,
right on.
But like
the games.
The game was the big inspiration, like another big inspiration point for this game.
Okay.
Horror Legends and Puppet Master, like the design came from me playing Alien vs. Predator. When people were playing WoW, I was playing AVP 2.
Right on. Fair enough, dude. Yeah.
I was just wrecking aliens with my spear as a predator. Like that was just like my jam.
The October Game Cinematic Universe. That's pretty much what this is. Horror Legends pretty much would be your October Game Cinematic Universe, and having the opportunity to get that to cross over with Full Moon, right?
Oh yeah,
on some levels. Yeah.
I got Rapu to cross over with Punky, so I'm happy.
There you go. Flowcash wants to know if there are eventual plans to add Dr. Death as a puppet in Puppet Master.
We have the rights to every puppet except for the remake, so I want to add everything, so it's just a matter of time and priority.
So, a soft maybe if you can get the time to make it happen.
Right, there's... totems are coming first.
Right. But you did know totems were coming, right, Chloe?
I mean, they're in the loading screen and everything, so...
Because if I was willing to guess, I think that he means that Passives on weapons? Okay, perks are going to be like your passives from how I'm understanding it. And you're going to have 3 perk slots on every character, be it puppet or human, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As far as when we see the big content update.
You get 3 little buffs that you get to choose what you want after you roll. You spend XP to roll for a perk, and you'll get a perk. You get it in your perk inventory, and you can equip it to any of your character, human or puppet. They're separate perks for. You can't use a human perk on a puppet,
Right?
Vice versa. But yeah, and you can equip those buffs any way you want. You could stack them, but you can only stack. Well, it depends. But, you could stack like a legendary with a epic and a rare.
There you go. You answered my follow-up question.
You can't stack 3 legendaries.
But you can stack.
We're balancing that right now, so that's why it's taking a while, because we're doing lots of play testing internally and trying to find the sweet spot, making sure it's not broken and unfun.
Yeah, because nobody wants it to be unfun.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Magic Man? Go ahead. Please continue, by all means.
I was pretty much done. You know?
No.
I ramble on and I go in circles.
Hey, I'm guilty of it too, man. I think it's age.
Yeah, probably. I think it's just working on computers for me.
Yeah.
My brain's rotted away.
I like that skin for the werewolf. It's pretty dope. Is it default?
You ever seen no, that's not the default.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's the most epic werewolf skin.
Right on.
It's a reference to Attack the Block. You ever seen that movie?
No, you got one on me. I'm not familiar.
It's got Nick Frost in it.
Nick Frost
from Shaun of the Dead. He played Ed.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for finally. Oh my gosh! You realize how many times I've blanked on that dude's name, and I love him. Oh,
yeah, he's great.
Yes.
It's got John Boyega in it before he did Star Wars.
What? That's cool.
Yeah. You should check that movie out. It's a lot of fun. It's about a bunch of London youths that are like punks, and the aliens invade, and they have to fight. Kind of like
awesome.
Return of the Living Dead in a way, but way more modern.
Right on.
Came out like 15 years ago by now, but.
So, Night of the Living Dead by way of Salt Lake SLC punk.
Sort of. They're not punk. They're not that kind of punk. They're just like street punks, like hoodlums.
Oh, okay. I follow you.
Like, the aliens invade when they're like robbing someone. And
okay.
They have to work together with that person they were going to rob, try to survive these alien invasion. It's kind of a fun start to a movie. The aliens are like these black fur gorillas that have like these glow in the dark teeth that I thought looked really sweet. They like jump around and they like it was just a cool movie with a cool monster. And I was just trying to come up with like an epic werewolf skin. I'm like, oh, that Attack the Block. I'll do something like that.
Yeah, bro. Ain't no shame in that. Sounds awesome. I think what
like attachments?
Magic. I don't know about attachments, but are we going to see some variety added to the weapons available to human? I think might be a better way to put that.
We'll get new weapons eventually.
I'm guessing what he means by that is like not just like a faster swing speed weapon, maybe like different projectile weapons or.
Yes, you'll get some new weapons.
Okay. Is that more concise, Magic Man? Let me know in chat while I continue to fail to find the humans I was so close to killing. I think we covered perks, the fact that there's plenty of cosmetics coming around the corner. I believe there's going to be 3 perk slots with perks of different rarity. How you get perks, because it's going to be like rolling. You'll spend an amount of XP to get a certain amount of perks. Or not a certain amount of perks, but to get a certain perk. But it'll be random what perk you get.
Yeah, you roll and it gives you a random rarity and perk.
We'll also be looking, what, 4 skins for humans? Isn't that what you said? Please.
Each human will get 4 new skins to unlock.
Right on.
What do you mean?
We'll also be looking at totems. You know, the totems are coming.
Totems won't be a part of this next update.
They're not going to be part of the next update. Okay, thank you for correcting me. I didn't know that.
The biggest new thing will be the perks.
Will be the perks, which is fine. We're going to need to have time to get used to the perks anyway. Big changes are coming. Big changes are coming.
Along with a lot of bug fixes and,
absolutely
changes that, like desired changes,
That stuff,
we'll
we're
be automatically entering first person when you're in an event.
Yeah, little quality of life stuff.
Yeah. So we're taking our time implementing a lot of that stuff right now. So that's why it's been a while since the last patch, because it's more than a balance change. There will be balance changes, but the biggest thing will be perks, the addition of perks and new skins and bug fixes,
which I think we are all excited for.
We hope to fix that ragdoll issue where the ragdoll teleports. Like, that's one of the big things we want to fix.
Of course, I know a lot of people have been having issue with that. Badger had a question that I'm actually curious about as well. Are Agent and Neil ever going to see some type of additional ability? Maybe not similar to, but like in the same like combat slot as the effigy. No,
because Agent gets a gun. That's his effigy. That's and Agent's he's got sort of better stats than Dana, other than Dana's speed. Like Dana's kind of squishy.
Yeah.
So in order to combat that, to balance that out, she gets an effigy to avoid taking damage, So,
right.
And then Neil is a tank with a melee weapon. So that's and Dana gets like wine bottles. It's a very awkward weapon to fight with.
Yeah. Well,
so
I got him dialed in.
Out. But Dana won't be the only one with a third ability, if that's what you're asking. Like, well, as we have more humans, so new human characters could have a third ability. But not every human's getting a third ability. That's just kind of unique to Dana because she's a psychic,
Okay, that's fair.
We wanted to put that into her kit a little bit. And Neil Gallagher in the movie, he makes a comment saying he's like very strong. He's much stronger than he was when he was alive because of the formula, which is why he's tanky.
Right.
Physically stronger than the other humans. So there's always like a twist to the human. And the Agent's very generic with his gun and his very balanced stats.
Yeah, he's your middle ground character.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good starting point.
Right. See, I always recommend people to start with Neil just to have the extra health and have the melee weapon. Yeah, but that's just kind of like how I do it.
Neil's a good second choice or a good choice as well.
Oh my God, Zombies had a question. They wanted to know, are the new skins of current thieves or reskins? So I'm thinking
skins for the humans. Like Dana will get 4 skins, Neil will get 4, and the Agent will get 4 to unlock, like the puppets.
Okay, I think the bigger way they're asking this is whether or not you're looking at, I guess what you would call a palette swap.
Hey, guess what?
A couple of them are palette swaps.
Couple are palette swaps, but there are also unique skins as well.
Yeah, each one gets each one gets a very specialized skin. Something like a little bit more than just a palette swap.
Okay, that's kind of what we were doing, is soft Q&A and showing off their other game, Horror Legends. This is October Game's previous Steam release. I believe that's correct. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay. Badger says he hopes one of the skins for Neil is his dream sequence outfit, white mask and all.
Oh.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm guessing it's akin to. I've never actually. You know what you're gonna have to do, Badger. You're gonna have to show me what this looks like. That's how this always goes.
Puppet Master, man.
I guess I gotta like break down and like try to do a movie night.
But yeah, I mean, considering how much Puppet Master you're playing, it'd be cool to see the source material and like the characters and
actually get some background on it.
Yeah.
I also enjoy people telling me stuff in chat too.
The game is a celebration of the franchise, so
of course,
joy out of the game. Just like I'm surprised you played so much of it, not seeing the movies. That's like pretty.
It scratches the horror. It scratches the horror game itch, like survival horror, as well as like I enjoyed the concept of ASIMs. Like I was really disappointed when games like Evolve and stuff like didn't do well. So like it's fun to play something in that kind of aesthetic and play an ASIM and like the human playing like a horror survival horror game just ticks a lot of boxes for me. And the free, and it was new, and I've just really been having a good time. And I like the community you guys have kind of built around it too. Zombie says that Puppet Master is the only game that pulled them away from Puppet Master or from Dead by Daylight at all.
Oh.
And they've been playing that since like late 2019, so that's impressive. Like, I like the fact that it flips that. Oh, they play as much as I do. I see them all the time.
That's cool. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it. All the hard work we put into it is people are enjoying our hard work.
I can definitely attest that we are all really enjoying. Yeah, I guess I do need to break down and watch the movies. The big thing for me is the flip of the ASIM genre. 3 people get to play the big bad, and people didn't want to play human. I was like, fuck it, I'll play it. That was another reason why I stuck with it. But that's why I like it. It's the ASIM genre on its head. And I love the shit out of that. I think other people do too.
I was so nervous that someone else was going to beat me to it while I was like trying to get everything in order to get Puppet Master out.
Right.
Because when I was making Horror Legends,
the bot was behind
all
me.
All the ASIMs came out when I was making Horror Legends, and every time one came out, I was holding my breath. It's like, how much is this like Horror Legends? And funny enough, like when Dead by Daylight came out, I wasn't threatened at all by it, but that ended up being the most successful of all of them because of its simplicity. I think it's the simplicity of Dead by Daylight is what made it successful. It's easy to pick up and play, and you understand what's happening.
Yeah. And that's difficult to achieve, and I think you guys are getting closer to that. And like I said, that's a hard thing to achieve. Many games that come out these days have the same issue of people play it, and it can be right in front of their face, and they still won't know what to do. And then you have people who are like, oh, I'm tired of this hand-holding tutorial, but it's necessary evil. Yeah, it's a catch-22,
We designed Horror Legends as a gamer, not as designers. We designed Horror Legends around what we wanted in an ASIM rather than thinking about what would be successful as an ASIM.
Fair.
And I think that's a big part of why Horror Legends never built an audience. Because it was kind of impenetrable from some people. Like, they just couldn't figure out all the complex
mechanics.
Or like, the look of it doesn't seem as, like, high budget, so they don't want to stick with it long enough to, like, learn those deep mechanics that we... Like, I have a switchblade. I can lockpick with this switchblade.
Yeah.
And no one's going to read the description on the item to, like, understand that.
They're just going to be like, oh, sweet, a switchblade. I can stab fast. Yeah. They're not going to catch the... Yeah. I get that.
The nuances of the game design, they understand that they can talk to the Harbinger and get a beer out of them.
Yeah.
All those little mechanics.
Those things that become loading screen tips, and then people still don't read those because we've been conditioned by, to not die, don't let your HP get to 0 as a menu tip. Brain dead shit like that.
It's a struggle. Yeah,
Zombies also said. Exactly why I love Dead by Daylight. I don't have a lot of free time for gaming, so I only play games I absolutely love, like Dead by Daylight or Puppet Master. I think that's going to the easy to learn anybody can pick it up comment you were making earlier, if I'm not mistaken. I think we answered that question earlier, Chloe. They do want to add more humans to Puppet Master. It's just gonna be one of those things that's like, we gotta wait for it while they get perks out and other stuff that's like on the plate right now. So we won't be seeing them really soon, but hopefully down the line, it's something they would be amenable to doing. I think you said you wanted to have 2 planned?
I would love to. I want to add as many humans as I can. But I can only work on one art thing at a time. So right now, my biggest art project is the skins for the human for this update, and we're currently balancing perks and stuff and trying to make sure those things are fun and not broken for you guys. So you guys can enjoy them. So I ran a Kickstarter campaign for Horror Legends in 2015, and I went to a horror convention to promote it. And my friend of mine who loves to make practical effects and prop making for fun, he's like, dude, I'll make you a suit. Like, want me to make you a punky suit? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I was expecting, like a cheap Halloween costume with a little mask and stuff. He made a foam sculpture of Punky's head and made a giant helmet. Like,
that's so fucking cool. That is so fucking cool.
My friend Dan, you can unlock behind the scenes images of it in game and stuff. But my buddy Kevin, he did a duct tape cast on my friend Dan, who played Punky. We got the idea of we actually ran like a haunted house at the horror convention to promote the game. So
dude, that's so fucking awesome.
Seattle Crypticon in Seattle, 2015. We had like the convention owner gave us like 2 rooms to use, and we converted it into a horror maze. And you could only see Punky's outfit if you went in there and tried to get through the maze without getting caught by him, because it was kind of like flashlight tag. And we actually made it the game, but I had the Kickstarter trailer planned, and people were waiting in line. And I would pitch them the game, either waiting for their turn and tell them about the Kickstarter, and they would go in, and then if they were able to find like a little glow-in-the-dark candle and bring it out to me, get through the other side, I'd give them a poster for free.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was very popular.
That is an awesome marketing campaign, dude. Like, that's super neat.
We didn't really make any money. But it was a lot of
points for creativity, man. Yeah. At least you got to enjoy yourself.
Oh, it was a blast. You can see pictures of it online and all that. But that's what the suit was made for. And then when we were at the convention, we had someone who was a professional photographer who took photographs of like concerts and bands and stuff, and they you'll see like her branding on some of the images you can unlock in the game, and it's Samantha Bright, I believe her name was, and she's a really good photographer, but she mostly does concerts. But we knew she was doing doing Crypticon, and saw our maze and wanted to take pictures of our character and stuff. And then
that's really cool, man.
A band that she was going to go photograph saw the pictures and like, holy shit, that guy's fucking metal.
Yeah.
And it's like, could he be at our Halloween show? And she contacted me and like, this band called No Avail wants Punky at their Halloween shows. Are you guys cool with that? I'm like, yeah, can we have a booth? And then we made a booth on Halloween night at a metal show, and I was just talking about the game. It wasn't really a great promotional thing, but it was super fun to like just hang out and watch metal.
Yeah.
Listen to metal music.
You got to watch a concert and then run around and scare people? Like, dude, that's the dream. You kidding me?
Well, we didn't scare anyone at the horror at the concert. We just got Dan in the suit, and he went on stage and rocked out with the band on Halloween.
Even cooler. Yeah.
Yeah, Punky was like rocking out. It was like something out of the 80s, an 80s horror.
Yeah. Iron Maiden type situation. I have a question that's near and dear to my heart about Puppet Master. Are we ever going to see humans get the ability to throw puppets? I want to be able to throw puppets.
No? I don't think so. That's very
heart. Yeah, well, I
don't think
it.
puppet players would appreciate just being hold E on me and throw me. That
Oh,
whole dynamic might be a little toxic.
yeah, I guess. You gotta not get ragdolled first. I figure you gotta get the ragdoll first. Nah, that's just some wishful thinking on my part. I'm also gonna be sad when you take all my vases and wine bottles away. Because I think you did say you were gonna lower the spawn on those a little bit, which I get. I've been pretty avid user of them.
There's a lot of blood on that skin. That mask is actually a robotic Santa that he ripped the rubber skin off of it and used it as a mask.
That's fucking terrifying.
Remember, it takes place during Black Friday and there was a robotic Santa.
Yeah.
He broke
Yeah.
it, used it as a mask. That's why, you know, the beard and all that, he's kind of like a killer Santa.
It's a hell of a concept, man. I love it. Yeah, I hope you do get to like flesh out the Horror Legends universe, at least as like a comic or something. There's potential there because like the humor and horror level, you've got that. Like their origin stories are the perfect tropes, little shit like that. Oh, he ripped a Santa's face off and wore it, and did a kooky dance. Shit like that is fucking phenomenal. To me, anyway.
It'll be fun. Like the whole Black Friday, Horror Legends Black Friday chapter is it's in a department store. We wanted to make a department store map, with the back room, an office, aisles, and it's during Black Friday, and you see Christmas decorations. But we never got around to making that because our budget and time frame is so tight because half of our time goes to day jobs.
Right.
So we have to be more realistic with our maps and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, and on top of that, keep in mind to anyone who's hanging out, this is a dude that's giving you this product for free as well. Maybe not the entirety of Horror Legends, but like Puppet Master, you guys give that for free. You guys are doing it literally as a labor of love as opposed to like looking for a payday. That's why, there's a lot of, you have to manage expectations of, we want to do all these things, but we are just 3-4 people, and you all have bills to pay and you all have to go to a day job of some kind or do other work to make ends meet because you're giving this product for free. And I think that's something that a lot of people, I hope, start, putting 2 and 2 together that, you guys are doing everything you can and you guys have really been on top of it as well. And I appreciate the transparency and, spending the time to talk to me and what members of the community actually come out and listen to us have these little chats.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you guys, and we want to make sure you have a good time, and what you're getting is, quality. The, we could have launched our DLC on March 1st, but we wanted to, we knew that there was going to be some issues and balancing and bug fixes were going to be needed, so let's just focus on that. Let's pull back finishing this DLC, and then let's just focus on fixing the game. And then we'll, once that's kind of taken care of, then we can launch this DLC.
Flowcash was asking how you guys plan to make money from Puppet Master, and I think it's really just, asking the little bit that you guys are going to be asking for paid cosmetics. Yeah, I think there's going to be... Go ahead.
Yeah, we're releasing DLC skins very soon. Like I was just saying, we've held off on finishing those because there was more important things to work on, like the game, fixing bugs and balance changes, and that became our primary focus. Once we were getting closer to release of March 1st, we're like, okay, there's a lot more here that we need to work on, so we need to focus on that and make sure that our game is functioning,
playable,
and
yeah,
before we start selling anything. So we just put it on pause and shifted our focus to working on the game, fixing the more important things, the foundational features and balance.
Yeah. So the short answer to that is there is intended paid cosmetic DLC. I'm assuming dropping right along with the perk content update, or maybe okay, right along with it.
Yeah, and that update will have lots of fixes what we were focusing on. Last month.
Everything that we kind of been given to you guys in the Discord through feedback, those of you who might be watching and play Puppet Master or are not part of the Discord, these guys take feedback seriously. I can absolutely tell all of you that, because they have listened to me and other members. I mean, there's probably people in this chat right now that they've listened to feedback, ideas, and they try to work with all of us. They want everybody to have fun, and it's a group effort. I appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm sure a lot of these other people do too. But if you're not in the Discord, maybe join the Discord, give some feedback. They do listen. They do listen. I can assure you of that. Badger wants to know when you're going to put a human version of yourself in Puppet Master.
I never planned on it.
Oh, bro, you could use VR gear and give it the full mocap.
Oh my god.
It'd be amazing.
Oh my god. I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could model myself for that.
Right? Could you stomach getting Tunneler to drill your eye out? That's uncanny.
That. Like some people don't like listen to the sound of their voice. Like,
oh yeah, why would you? Oh gosh, yeah.
Weekend as I sculpt my own face.
It's like the vaidest shit ever, right? So I have someone, Terra Marijuana, in my chat. They're talking about Puppet Master is the first game that they've really dove into, learning the controls that they really don't play a lot. So you're talking about somebody who's clearly primarily, I'm guessing, a movie fan who has adopted it and fallen in love with the game to the point that they're bridging the gap between being a movie fan and trying to be a video game enthusiast. I think I've nailed that.
Because you're a Puppet Master fan, you wanted to play the game, and now you're getting into the game. You're getting into this genre of game because of Puppet Master?
That's it. Yes, I think that's just gaming in general, I think, because of Puppet Master, like bigger scale than that. Not just genre. Yeah. Which is really cool. That's what I'm saying. Like having that tie-in with Puppet Master, that is such like a cult classic movie. And I think there is actually a really underground audience that, one, are people that know Puppet Master, are not always necessary at that intersection of game, but I try to tell everyone I run into about it. Like, going back to your marketing campaign with Horror Legends being at metal shows, I'll be honest, bro. Like, the most people I've ran into, and I've been like, hey, do you know Puppet Master? The people at metal shows are usually the ones who are like, yes. I'm like, dude, there's a game. It's free on PC, But it's usually people... it's usually people at metal shows. I think that's kind of like where your market is. I think you were barking up the right tree with Horror Legends. I just, sometimes...
Well, what I found is, I've done a few Crypticon shows. I've quite a few horror conventions. A lot of people will come to my booth and go, this looks awesome, but I don't have a PC.
Well, yeah, see, there's that too.
Yeah, so
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I'm more focused on, like, making horror fans happy than video game fans happy, I suppose.
Is there a reason... Is there a reason why you guys didn't do Kickstarter for Puppet Master after you guys did a Kickstarter for Horror Legends? Did you feel like it was too soon?
It didn't really work, and you need a bunch of. There's a lot of additional work you need to do for a Kickstarter, like sending people like rewards and stuff, and we have like no time. So it's just like,
make that happen, yeah. So you can't like promise even more stuff whenever you're already, just trying to get this stuff on the table. I see that.
Right.
You can't spread yourself too thin when you're spread thin already.
Cons, we make some decent money, but we pretty much come out even because of how expensive it is. So lots of Horror Legends t-shirts and posters and stuff, but you can get them on we have a
merch shop.
It's Spring Tea. You go to our website. You can see a support us button. Click there, and there's a bunch of t-shirts and posters and stuff that you can buy.
Oh, Badger, you didn't hear? He was saying earlier that this map here actually contains a version of the Puppet Master prototype cabin map. We were talking about that earlier. I think you weren't here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the smaller cabin is the cabin from the Puppet Master prototype, and there's a little reference to Leech Woman in the fire pit.
But yeah, we're gonna go look at that since we were talking about it. So this would be the original, what you guys shot all the footage off of 8 years ago.
Shot off the footage. Oh shit, that's fucking.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Alrighty, there you go, my homies. We got a lot of information about an upcoming patch. We got some really cool stories about back with the Horror Legend days and some behind the scenes stuff with the Horror Legends. Pretty much after the whole little cabin experience, they were focusing more on the gameplay, and they were really getting into just playing the game for like the next, X amount of time that was after that. So as far as the Q&A portion of it went, you got all of the meat and all the bones that you needed to get in this nice little video here. So I hope you enjoyed it. Check out Izul if you're seeing this on my channel. And if you're seeing this on his channel, check out me, One Smart Cat. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully we will see you in one of our future videos. And wee